I heard the previous speaker. I want to share with you two important things. We mean never again, it's never again. We are very strong people and a very strong country, and don't kid yourself. Nobody can threaten us. The analyze which we have, that's the fact one. We don't have to be, the point is that Benjamin Netanyahu took on his shoulder the Iranian problem. Iran is not Israel's problems, folks. Iran is the world's problem, and more than that, if you try, I don't know how many of you have heard my radio talk show live from Jerusalem in the last 20 years, I mean from 1993 to 2003. But when it occurred to the Hezbollah, I said, Hezbollah, Israel is an excuse. The ideology of Hezbollah is the ideology of Khomeini. And what is the ideology of Khomeini? To control and to rule with the Shia around the Middle East. So look what's happening today. Today, Syria starts to speak in the same token on peace or war. And why do I say that? Because I do remember in 1991 I had the privilege to speak to Prime Minister Shamir after the Gulf War. And I want to share with you something which is very important for your knowledge, and you tell me how much time I have every 5 minutes. On my radio talk show I interviewed Alexander Haig. And I said to him, and this is the media, I said, Mr. Secretary, please share with us what happened in the administration when you heard that Menachem Begin bombed the nuclear facility of Iraq. So he said, I want to tell you that President Reagan called for an emergency meeting, and the cabinet sat in his old office, and he said to H. Bush, what is your opinion? He said, I think it's a time to punish the Israelis. Then he turned to Caspar Weinberger, and he said, what do you think? Don't be shocked, folks. He said, and I have it on my tape, he said, it's a time to get rid of Israel. And then he came to me, Secretary of State Alexander Haig, and he said to me, what is your opinion, Mr. Secretary? And he said, and I quote Alexander Haig, word by word, Mr. President, before we know it, we'll be on our knees to thank the Lord and to thank the Israelis for what they have done. And in the same sentence, he continued by saying to me, try to figure what could have happened in the Gulf War if Saddam Hussein had a nuclear facility during the Gulf War, if we would come so victorious as we came with Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenkoff, actor, at least I can say actor with an actor, so it was okay. So anyhow, just want to tell you that the only thing is that we have to rely on ourselves and our brothers and sisters. And let me say, and I'll finish soon, let me say one important thing. Israel is the frontier of the Jewish people. But more than that, the Jewish people are the frontier of Israel. As long as we march together, we shall overcome every obstacle in this world once we are united. Don't let other people divide the unity between you and the Israeli people. Thank you. Thank you. Last but really not least, it's great to be here. And I'm waiting for your questions. But one thing I want to assure all of you with another thing. We don't have to apologize before anyone on our rights on the city of David, the city of Jerusalem. And let me assure you, as the one who's heard, Father, have you been, anyone who's been to Jerusalem, raise your hand, please. Oh, God bless you. When you come out from Jaffa Gate, you remember, and you turn right, you come to Zion Circle, remember? You remember all, right? My great-grandfather, in 1968, was the first one with the 7 settlers to build the first house outside of the old city. And those same 7 people went 10 years later, in 1878, and established the mother of settlement, the city of Petach Tikva. And 4 years later, the Baron Rothschild saw the development, came and established the 2 cities of the wine, Rishon LeZion and Zichron Yaakov. And a year before that, in 1881, there was a Jew in Paris, a student, who realized that Jews will come from all over the world to establish the Jewish state, and there is something that must unify them. His name was Eliezer ben Yehuda, and he was the redeemer of the Hebrew language. So you see, all the structure of the Zionist movement started with the 7 settlers 29 years before the first Zionist Congress realized that Jews will come from all over the world to establish. And look what a miracle. To end my talk, I just want to tell you one important thing with the media. A couple of weeks ago, we saw a picture with an Arab sheikh holding a cellophane saying, "It is about time we should boycott all the products from the Israelis." But he just forgot that the phone that he's using was made in Israel.